Blood stained the throne. Jewels sparkled in candlelight. Whispered secrets twisted through shadowy halls. The Tudors' world was dangerous and dazzling, full of power, scandal, and the fight to survive. Heads could roll for a wrong word, love could mean death, and survival was never certain. The Tudors shaped England, and the way we think about power, family, and faith. Let us walk the velvet-lined corridors and discover why these people still haunt our dreams. Before the Tudors, England was torn apart by war. The Wars of the Roses were a bloody fight between the Red Rose of Lancaster and the White Rose of York. Brothers and cousins battled for the throne, leaving England weak and tired. The people wanted peace. Out of this darkness, Henry Tudor rose. In 1485, he defeated Richard III at Bosworth Field. Henry married Elizabeth of York, joining the Red and White Roses. It was a promise of peace and a new beginning for England. Henry VII was not a flashy king. Careful and serious, he always thought 2 steps ahead. After years of war, he watched his court closely, trusted few, and saved money wherever he could. His rule brought peace, using marriages and alliances instead of endless battles. But danger was never far away. Plots and pretenders threatened his throne. When he died in 1509, Henry left England richer, but full of old wounds and huge expectations for his son. Henry VIII is the most famous Tudor of all, tall, strong, and a lover of parties and music. But his real struggle began when he wanted a son to carry on his name. Desperate, Henry broke with the Catholic Church and made himself head of a new Church of England. He married 6 times, 2 wives divorced, 2 beheaded, 1 died, and 1 survived. In the end, Henry had a son, but his quest left England changed forever. After Henry's death, his only son, Edward VI, became king. Edward was only 9 years old. He was smart and serious, but also weak and sickly. Powerful men ruled for him. Under Edward, England became even more Protestant. Many old religious traditions were swept away. But Edward did not live long. He died when he was just 15. Next came Mary I, Henry's oldest daughter by Catherine of Aragon. Mary was a strong Catholic. She wanted to return England to the old faith. She married Philip of Spain and began burning Protestants at the stake. This earned her the cruel nickname Bloody Mary. Her reign was full of fear and sadness. She died without a child, and the crown passed to her sister. Elizabeth I, daughter of Anne Boleyn, became queen next. She was clever, witty, and never married. Under Elizabeth, England grew rich and strong. She defeated the Spanish Armada. The arts flourished. This was Shakespeare's time. Elizabeth was called the Virgin Queen, and people loved her. But she, too, left no heir. With Elizabeth's death, the Tudor line ended, but the story was far from over. The Tudors were not just symbols of power. They were real people, full of hopes and fears. Henry VIII longed for love and a son, but his choices hurt those closest to him. Anne Boleyn was clever and charming, but her ambition made her many enemies. Her fall from grace was as quick as her rise. Mary I's heart was broken many times. She lost her mother, her father's love, and her throne to her half-sister. She wanted to do what she thought was right, but her actions brought her pain and a bad reputation. Elizabeth I trusted very few people. She grew up in fear, always watching her back. She learned that love could be dangerous, so she chose power instead. Betrayal was everywhere in the Tudor court. Friends turned into enemies overnight. One wrong word could mean death. People lived with constant fear. Yet, in this world, acts of kindness and loyalty still shone through. Some risked their lives to help those they cared about. These human stories, their loves, losses, and dreams, make the Tudors more than just names in history books. They come alive for us centuries later. The Tudors did not just rule England, they transformed it. Henry VIII's break from the Catholic Church started a chain reaction. It led to centuries of religious conflict, but it also gave birth to the Church of England. This shaped English identity and still matters today. Under Elizabeth, England became a global power. Trade, exploration, and culture all flourished. She supported poets and playwrights, bringing about the golden age of English arts. The world's first modern navy began under her rule. England started to look beyond its borders, dreaming of empire. The Tudors also changed government and law. Henry VII's careful rule made the crown stronger. Henry VIII's actions made the king, or queen, the head of both state and church. Elizabeth's long reign gave people hope that a woman could be a strong, wise ruler. The Tudor age ended long ago, but its shadows stretch into our world. The way we think about rulers, religion, art, and power all began in their time. Why do the Tudors still hold us in their spell? Maybe it's the drama, the battles, betrayals, and romances that seem larger than life. Maybe it's the feeling that we could almost reach out and touch them. Their struggles feel familiar even after 500 years. The Tudors show us the best and worst of what it means to be human. They loved, feared, hoped, and made mistakes. Their choices shaped not only their own lives, but the world we live in now. We see ourselves in their triumphs and tragedies. Their story is a mirror. We wonder, what would I have done? Could I have survived the Tudor court? Who would I trust? Would I choose love or power? These questions make their tales stay alive in our minds. So, which Tudor fascinates you most? Is it Henry VIII, bold and dangerous? Elizabeth I, clever and strong? Or maybe Anne Boleyn, whose story still breaks hearts? The Tudors are waiting for you to step into their world and make their history your own.